Here we are outside the barn, utilizing one of God's antenna holders to hang up antenna. So here's the antenna wire snaking on the ground, being tied off to the barn. This is not my antenna, this is for the other station. So one of the antennas we're hanging up. I already got my antenna set up. It is nice and warm out here. It's about 17 degrees. Colder in the barn though. It feels much warmer when you're standing in the sun. So here is my antenna. It's a vertical. One of the portable verticals from MFJ. And for those who don't know, MFJ stands for Mighty Fine Junk. Actually, no, it doesn't. That's what I call it. So, here's the feed line going to my station. Going out here to counterpoise wires. 101 balun. Here is the little coil. That little wire broke. I had to resolder it on. I had to resolder the connection underneath the tape. It goes up there, about 18 feet up. So let's go back to my station. Nice and warm out here. Nice and warm. So, yeah. Can't show you the whole antenna because the sun will get in. But, whew. We're having fun. We're chit-chatting with each other, telling jokes. Here's our club president. Hi, club president. They re-elected him this year. It's either because he's popular or no one else ran. So here's my station. Power is to run the laptop. The radio's running off the battery. So when I'm doing digital communications, the laptop also can't be running off the city power. So this is where I will be operating. Sometime later today we'll get some heaters. Help to keep us a little warm. So this is my station. So the 450D, microphone to voice, antenna tuner, signal link, cat cable and a laptop, and of course a power meter to measure the status of the battery. And on the floor over there is the battery charger. So when I go home I can charge it overnight. And power connections up there. So really looking forward to starting. So I'm on a frequency, and there's other stations that might not pick me up, so let's start transmitting.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a guesswork. So I have these macros programmed in already. So I'm going to say CQ winter field day, CQ winter field day. I'm just using that WFD. Now you keep repeating things over and over again. So because there could be gibberish that gets mixed in from other stations,
Okay.
or just noise. So now we just wait a minute, or wait a few seconds, see if anybody responds.
You're on the air?
Yes, I am. I've already gotten 8 contacts.
Okay.
CQ winter field day, CQ.
He's on the air, but he's running a digital, so not doing voice.
Yeah.
He's contacting people through the...
It's kind of like instant messaging.
But,
Right now I have some canned macros, so I don't have to do all the typing. You can type away and
right.
know,
Which mode are you doing?
PSK-31.
Okay.
So, and then once I get response, I have an answer macro. I have a QSL macro, which tells our exchange, and I have like a silent key, which means I'm getting off the air. SK.
Is the logging set up?
Yes, logging set up, so I'm logging. I just have to remember when we get a response to click on the call sign in the response, because when you transmit, it puts their call sign in, because you repeat their call sign, saying, hey, this message is going to this person. So as you can see in the log, I've already gotten 8 contacts.
Okay.
Western PA, Alabama, Michigan, Virginia, IA, which is Iowa, I think,
Yes.
Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin. And I'm only doing 20 watts of power.
Oh, nice.
And digital, you don't want to use higher powers because it tends to scramble up the signal. So, better to use a lower power.
Yep. Do you want me to stop recording?
No.
Okay.
CQ winter field day, CQ winter field day. Probably what's happening is most of the people on here already got,
Yep.
you know, which typically happens, and you just have to wait and
Wait for new people to get on air.
or go to another band. But then I have to adjust my antenna outside.
Yeah.
So, oh, we got one. We got one. W2L and X.
Yep. Okay.
So I clicked on that. It goes up in here.
Yep.
1 Hotel NBC. Okay. All right. Answer. QSO. While I was doing the transmitting, I'm gonna write this down.
Just so we have a paper log with it.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Okay.
KW2LNK, L and X. That was W2 L and X, and he said, what did they say?
1 hotel.
One hotel. MDC. Again.
Okay. So he's asking for us to retransmit.
Yep. He got scrambled, so he says again. Mm-hmm. You still recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
All right. So he told me to retransmit, so I'm retransmitting. And then you notice I'm repeating, say 2OH, 2OH, 2OH. That gives him a better chance of seeing that.
Yep, and let's see here.
Okay, that's CH, W2LNX, RRR73SK, and then I'm going to say, good luck with the contest, 73, God bless, and timestamp, and...
So RRR is received.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And then I go in here, and type in the log, W2LNK. And he says that he is 1H and WDC.
Yep. So
No,
Washington.
NBC. Maryland, DC.
Okay, Maryland, DC.
So now I got 9 contacts.
Okay, do you want me to stop recording?
Yes. All right, slight change in plans. We got a gas generator running right now, so I can now have the battery hooked up to the charger and a laptop hooked up to the circuit here, so it's on emergency power. Because by the rules, I cannot be operating off of commercial power when we're for the point. So now that I can power everything off the generator, keep my battery charged, keep the laptop charged off the generator. That is awesome. So we're doing good. George here. I'm going to head home to let the dogs out, and I'm also going to put a second layer of socks on because the problem is the floor in the barn is concrete, and that is just really cold. So we got the heater running in behind me, and I actually feel pretty comfortable right now with the way things are. And right now I have somebody else operating my digital station while I go run this errand, because I might as well get more contacts. We did have a technical issue with the logging server going down and thought we lost everything I did. But then I realized, well, the FLDG software and the chat log records everything, and I have it saving the timestamp on the 73's message. So I was able to rebuild the log from that. So, yeah, I had to step over this. And got the logs rebuilt. So having a good time. And the food is nice. We have Cincinnati style chili, which was delicious. I had a small bowl of that already. It was really delicious. Chef John is an excellent cook, so we love it when he fixes food for us. So let's put me with the antenna in the background here. Yay! My station's working beautifully, and having a really good time.
Okay, 1 Hotel Ohio. Are you in Cincinnati?
I'm on the west side of town.
Okay. We're over here on the west side as well.
I see you're telling everybody in the club I said hi.
Okay, very good. 73s, good luck in the contest. QRZ contest from Kilowatt 8, Sierra Charlie Hotel. Contest. Echo Hotel, go ahead. Fort India. Copy the 4 India in North Florida. Please copy 2 Oscar in Ohio. 2 Oscar, Ohio. QSO. Kilowatt 8 Sierra Charlie Hotel. Good luck in the contest. QRZ from Kilowatt 8 Sierra Charlie Hotel contest. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, Kilowatt 8 Sierra Charlie Hotel contest. Okay, we got one I'm going to try for. Go ahead with the call again. This is Kilowatt 8 Sierra Charlie Hotel. I got a lot of QR Mary. We'll try it again. This is Kilowatt 8 Sierra Charlie Hotel QRZ contest.
George, here it is a little after 8 o'clock right now, and I switched over about an hour ago to the 20 meter band. Still doing PSK-31, so I've been on digital all day. I haven't done any voice. And making contacts. My first contact on 20 meters I tried to make wasn't very successful. So I went outside, adjusted the antenna a little bit to be more resonant. My antenna analyzer is broken, so I can't stand out there, make the antenna resonant on the frequency I want to use. So I'm using a tuner, which doesn't exactly tune the antenna. It just makes the impedance the same at the connection with your radio. So just because it's tuned doesn't mean it's efficient. So I made some adjustments, and I was able to make contacts. The first contact on 20 meters was Los Angeles, which is in California, in case you don't know where that is, on 20 watts of power. So, made a number of contacts on 20 meters after that, and right now 20 meters isn't a very good band because of the changing in the ionosphere at night. But I am making contacts, so let the other stations operate on 40 meters. So I do plan to head home around 9 o'clock, and then we have somebody taking over my station. So, and they will continue operating digital while I'm out, when I go home and thaw out and go to bed. And then I'll be back tomorrow morning, and which I'll do whatever, operate digital again, or maybe be on voice. And then when we decide to pack up, probably around noon, I will repack the car and head home, get everything unloaded, and then take a nap, probably, and then plan to go to church Sunday evening. I did let the Stetlers know that I wasn't going to be in the morning, told them why, so... Yeah, I know, I'm skipping church for ham radio stuff. No, actually, this is practice for emergency communications, and believe me, when we do this, we run into problems, which is why we do this. We ran into problems today, and I ran into problems too. Faulty equipment, broken equipment. I had to do, when I was loading the car, I broke the antenna. I had to do a quick repair on the antenna. And the other day when I was inspecting the antenna, I also realized the antenna was broken. A different part of the antenna was broken, so I had to do a repair then. So this is all to check your equipment, practice. That way, in case we need to put into service for a real emergency, and no matter the weather, whether in the winter or summer, we are able to do it. So, and I am very cold. When I got home, I put on an extra t-shirt and an extra pair of socks. So, when your clothing gets frozen, you're frozen. So, this is very cold. But like I had mentioned, this is my favorite ham radio event I do. Because the summer field day it's more busy, but it's structured. You don't have the freedom to do whatever you want. You can't bring your own equipment, test it out. Winter field day, we're more relaxed. Bring what you want. We'll let you do whatever you want. You can't, provided that you're not interfering with somebody else. You take turns, and we do a much more relaxed atmosphere when we do this. And plus, also, it is definitely a different set of challenges because of the cold. Batteries don't work well. Other things don't work well. You have to deal with the frozen ground. Makes things a little bit more interesting to set up. when everything is frozen. Anyways, I'm going to get back to transmitting. So it's 8 o'clock, well 8:12. I already got 2 more contacts, and on PSK-31 on 40 meters. Right now the generator's out of gas, and so I'm completely operating off a battery. So the radio's on battery and the laptop is on battery. So yay! It's 20 degrees outside. I do have a little heater running here, so it's working pretty well. So we had a bunch of people here up to about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then one guy stayed, keep everything guarded, and he operated some overnight. And then when I came in this morning, he was the only one here, and so we'll have to wait for some people to show up this morning. He's going to figure out how to make coffee, and breakfast is still cooking, so that's the status this morning. Alright, I just stepped outside. I was operating on 20 meters for a little while, for about an hour, but I pretty much depleted all the stations that are on 20 meters. I only see the same people over and over again, so it's getting a little bored, so I'm going to put the antenna back on 40 meters. So the length of the antenna is adjusted by a little tiny wire. This is what broke off the other day. We soldered on. So I have this alligator clip. It's placed here to basically bypass the coil. Well, I just removed the alligator clip, and now the full length of the antenna is going to be used. So now I had to head back in and tune up. Now I don't have my antenna analyzer, so I can't adjust the antenna to be resident on the frequency that I want to use, so I have to cheat a little bit. So to the radio. Yeah. Okay, so mode CW. Okay, remembers the settings, so it's now tuned. Just a little bit more. Okay, now I can go back to digital mode. And I'm now set at these 40 meters.